Hi everyone. Okay, so here we go. In Module 3, we're still on Topic 1. We are on Lesson 4 this time, and we are on page 387. Okay, so let's get started. So it says, are they saying the same thing? So we're verifying equivalent expressions. Learning goals: apply properties of operations to create equivalent expressions, compare expressions using properties, tables, and graphs, identify when two expressions are equivalent, and determine whether two expressions are equivalent. All right, number 1 says determine which pairs of ratios are equivalent. Explain how you know. Okay, so 5 to 7 and 100. So 5 for every 7, 100 for every 140, or 5 to 7, 100 to 140. So are they equivalent? So remember, one way that we check is to see if we can scale up by the same amount. What would we scale up by from 5 to 100? We would do 8 times 20. And do we scale up by the same thing here? 7 times 20. So we're going to say yes. And we'll say they both scale up by a factor of 5. So it means we're doing 5 times each of those. Okay, number 2. For every 42, there are 48, or 42 to 48, and 14 to 15. So how do we go from 42 to 14, or maybe even the other way, 14 to 42? I'm going to set it up this way, 14 to 15, 42 to 48. So if I go this way, if I did a times 3, 14 times 3 is 42. Is 15 times 3 48? No, 15 times 3 is 45. So these are not equivalent. Okay, number 3. 100 to 105 to 100 and 20 to 21. So I'm seeing something a little odd right away, and I don't even think I have to try to scale up or scale down. So in this one, the 105 is greater than the 100. And in this ratio, 20 is less than 21. So there's no way those are going to be equivalent. Right? It would look like 105 over 100, 20 over 21. If we could flip one of them around, but we can't. The order matters. So the 20 is paired with the 105, and the 100 is paired with the 21. So that one is a no. So what about 9 to 12? I'm sorry, 9 to 60, 12 to 80. So how do you go from 9 to 60? Well, we're going to scale up by something. What would we scale up by? So we could do 60 divided by 9 to figure that out. So 9 times 6 is 54. Subtract, I get 6. Add a decimal point and a 0, bring it down. And it looks like it's just going to keep repeating. So I get 6.6 repeating for this one. So 9, 12, 60, 80. So for here I get 6.6. So do I get the same thing for 12 to 80? I'm going to show you another way to do that one too. 80 divided by 12. Well, I can get 6 whole groups out because that's 72. And then when I subtract, I get 8. If I put a decimal point and a 0, bring it down, I can get another group of 6 out. It's still 72. I'm going to subtract and get 8, so I'm going to get the same thing, 6.6 repeating. So this one is a yes. So scale factors, another way we can write it. Of 6.6 repeating. The other thing you can do is take this 9/12 and we can just reduce it. So what does 9/12 reduce to? If we divide them both by 3, we would get 3/4. Does 6/8 or 60/80ths reduce to the same thing? Well, if we divide them both by 10, first of all, we'd get 6/8. And then this, if we divide them both by 2, we get 3/4. So yes, we will get the same thing. Sorry, the document camera has an automatic focusing, so as my hand moves in and out, it kind of changes the focus. Okay. And that's all we're going to put on the getting started, and I will see you on the next video for activity 1.